Okay, and we'll talk about the why in a second. So grab your notebooks because this is um, kind of new for some of us, and we're going to title it Sales Tax. Remember these notes that we're copying down? You need to take a picture of them and then upload them later for points. Easy, easy points. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not doing anything else in the world except this. So let's make sure we're focusing on this and copying this down. All right, sales tax. So just like discount, there are 2 steps for sales tax. Step number 1 is to take your price and multiply it by your percent written as a decimal. Okay, so you take your percent, your price, whatever item you're buying, a skateboard, an iPhone, a car, you're going to multiply it by your percent written as a decimal. This will give you your tax amount, the extra money you get to pay in taxes, right? I'm sure you've all been to the store and you see the price tag, and maybe the price tag says $19.99. And when you go and check out, you realize like, wait, why did she say or he say that I owe $21.60? I thought the price tag said $19.99, right? Well, because you have to include the tax. So our second step, price plus your tax amount. So you take your price again and you add, do not subtract. So this is different than discount. You have to add instead of subtracting. So it increases your price. This will give you your total cost. So you take your answer to the first one and you plug it in, you add them up, and then you get your total cost, okay? So take your price, multiply it by a percent, that gives you your tax amount, and number 2, your price plus your tax amount gives you your total cost. All right, so this is very similar to what we learned last week, in which we did discount. So here are the notes from discount, right? There was 2 steps. First step's exactly the same. Second step in discount, we subtracted. Here we're going to add. So be very careful when you start doing problems today that the second step you are going to add. All right, pause this part again. Okay, so the Honda Sport cost $32,110 if I remember correctly. Now let's say I go to the Honda Center in Santa Ana, right? Okay, I want this car, cool. Well, the sales tax in Santa Ana is about 9.25. So we're gonna say that the sales tax, we're gonna go to 9%. So it's easier for us to work with, 9%. So this is a true story. I mean, not my truth, but this is a true story where people go to the Honda Freeways Honda. You guys seen it. You guys were driven by, and you see people, drive out with a brand new car. They're literally doing this. They're literally paying this much and paying this in taxes. Okay, well, how much money is this? Okay, step number 1. Oh, wait, before we do step number 1, over here, 9%. How do I write 9% as a decimal?
0.09.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So that's the number 1 thing. If you type in 0.9, you're charging me 90% sales tax. And I don't see the roads paved in gold. So there's no reason for you guys to charge me 90%. All right. So take 32,110 and multiply it by 0.09. Now, I am not asking you to do this by hand. I'm asking you to take out your calculator, either on your phone or on your iPad. You just Google search calculator, type in this number times 0.09 equals, that's our first answer. So like when you guys are doing the do now, this is what I'm asking you to do. That's why I don't understand why you guys get zeros. So this is my tax amount. This is how much I'm going to pay just in taxes for this car. About $2,900 just in taxes. Imagine you've been saving all your life to buy your dream car, and you think it cost about $32,000, but you have to come up with a couple of $1,000 more. Crazy. All right. Step number 2. You take your price. Make sure you're writing this down on a piece of paper in your notebook. Write this down so then later you know what to do when you get problems to do on your own. Line up the decimals. Okay. Feel free to type this into your calculator and add it with your calculator. So the cost of the car is $32,000, and I got to pay about $2,900 in taxes. So my car ends up costing me about $34,999, about $35,000. So this car, which started at $32,000, now ends up being costing $35,000 because you have to pay about $3,000 in taxes. I'm just saying, if this is not your dream car, I just picked it. If you have a dream car that costs less, then you're going to pay less in taxes. If you have a dream car that costs more than this, you're going to pay a lot more in taxes. This is kind of just like, let's say, in the middle, right? There's cars that cost a lot less, and there's cars that cost a lot more. So here's a car that's, let's say, in the middle. So imagine that, right? Imagine how much you will pay just in taxes. And this is if you go somewhere in Santa Ana. Now, how about we go to a dealership in Costa Mesa? I will be saving a lot of money if I go to a Costa Mesa dealership instead of a Santa Ana dealership. Let me see. If I go, let me just do this really quick. If I go to a Costa Mesa dealership, I would pay $2,488 in taxes. So I'm saving $400 if I drive to Costa Mesa and buy my car in Costa Mesa. Imagine that, $400. How much gas money is $400, right? So if you're saving up for like something big that you want to buy, like a cell phone, a PlayStation, a video game, something big, something that costs more than $100, and you've been saving all your birthday money and things like that, take a moment to realize, where can I buy this that might be a little bit cheaper, right? Where can I go that I could maybe save myself some money? Seriously, because I know some of you save your money so you can buy some like expensive stuff. You save your birthday money, you save your Christmas money. Take the time to see, do I really want to buy it in Santa Ana? Or do I tell my parents, take me to Costa Mesa? All right. All right, let's see. Which one's the van?
The Model S P100D. Model X.
X? Is the X the little SUV? Which one's the SUV?
The X is the big one.
The X is the big one?
The one that looks like the spaceship on the inside.
Oh, and the doors open all crazy?
The one that has the flying doors.
But, like, want to hit my garage? Like, the top? I don't know.
I mean, it looks like it could, like, fly away, but it can't, so it's not worth all the money. It can't fly away yet.
Right? Okay. So we have the long range plus, the long range, the performance, and the other one. Oh my God, it doesn't even have a picture on it. How can I buy one that doesn't even have a picture on it? I'm going to go with the performance one. How about that? So let's say Miss Lamelli wants to buy the 2021 Tesla Model X.
Okay, that one. You actually want to?
No, I do not want this. Although I do have to pick a car by next year. I don't know what I'm going to get. We'll see.
You want a big car or a little car? 3-door, 4-door?
It has to be a big car for my dog. Yes, I have to buy a car that fits my dog.
What's the cost? Like a sedan or like a SUV?
Miss
have to
O'Malley,
get
what's the
truck
cost?
I have to get a sedan, kids.
Electric or gas or hybrid?
I don't know. Maybe I'll make the switch.
To what, hybrid or gas?
Well, obviously hybrid. I have a gas guzzler right now. Okay, Tesla costs 99,990. Now, let's say there's a Tesla dealership in Newport Beach. So then the sales tax is about 8% in Newport Beach. It's a little less. All right, first things first is how do you write 8% as a decimal?
0.08.
Thank you. So step number 1, you're going to write down what you're going to type into the calculator. Remember, I'm allowing you to use the calculator, but you have to write down what would you plug into the calculator. Grab those calculators, plug it in. Literally, that's what I'm going to do. 99990 times 0.08. Wow. Imagine paying just $8,000 just in taxes, in sales tax. $8,000. That's like 4 months of rent or something. Wow. All right. We're going to add. So key thing is to add. Line up your decimals. Okay. So this is if I go to Newport Beach, I'm buying my Tesla at Newport Beach, and I'm going to add this. So let me finish it out. Plus 99990. 107,989.20. That's my total cost of this Tesla X, right? Oh my god. Wow. Isn't that crazy? It's a lot of money, but it's reality. If you go to Target, you go to Walmart, you go to Rite Aid, you go to CVS, all of those stores are charging you taxes, right? You buy a notebook, they're charging you. Buy a pair of shoes, a pair of Nikes or whatever, Adidas, they're charging you. Buy a sweater at like Old Navy, they're going to charge you taxes on it. Everything. All right, so let's do something more like general. What would be something you would be buying? What did we do last week? Anything that costs like less money? iPad mini, MacBook, PC, Dart.
A pencil.
Can we do a airplane?
No, something. For this one, I want like something like basic.
Notebook. Some shoes.
Oh,
shoes. Oh, how about an Apple Watch?
Simple, kids, simple.
Notebook. Well, you did a car.
I know, that's why I want to do simple.
A sweater.
I want to bring it back down to like something.
How about a store? We buy a store.
Something reasonable?
Yeah, something that you would probably maybe literally go to right now and just buy because, oh yeah, that's right.
Notebook.
A notebook.
Eggs.
Oh, so speaking of juice and eggs. So the only thing that you do not get charged sales tax is food that's not cooked. So if you buy a pound of apples, if you go and buy a gallon of milk, carton of eggs, those are
What about chips?
Those are not charged tax. Those are not. So I do believe chips are included. Cereal is fine. But if you go to McDonald's and they obviously cook the meal for you, they do charge you taxes. So if you buy a pound of chicken that's raw, no taxes. But if you buy the rotisserie chicken at the store that's already cooked for us, they'll charge you taxes. So
how about a blanket then?
I'd rather get the cooked chicken because I'll burn the other chicken.
Right. So the only thing that is not charged sales tax is food.
Okay? I have a question.
Yes.
What if it's like a car, but it's like a used car?
Mm-hmm. You gotta pay taxes on it. It's gonna cost less.
I'm gonna walk everywhere now.
Everything is tax, kiddo. Everything. You can't avoid it. Okay, a 5-star notebook cost, let's say, $6.50. One of those like big, thick notebooks that you have like You can use like,
So I have one of those.
yeah, you can maybe use it for 2 classes. So it's a pretty big 5-star notebook, okay? Let's say the sales tax is 7%, okay? So this is something typical, or like some of you are like, oh, let's do toilet paper. Well, this could be toilet paper, right? $6.50 for like a pack of toilet paper. There's a lot of things you can go out and buy for $6.50. A combo, right? At McDonald's, maybe. Okay, so step number 1. Take $6.50 and multiply it by 0.07, right? Take those phones, use a calculator. 6.5 times 0.07. All right, so we get 0.455. All right, perfect example of rounding, right? We look at the number in the pennies.
5.
So the 5 tells the 5 to do what? Stay the same or go up?
Go up.
Go up, right? So we are going to go up to 0.46, right? The 4 is just brought down. The 6 goes up. This is called rounding. All right, step number 2. This is why it's super important that you line up your decimals. Plus 0.46, right? We're just adding 46 cents. So I'm lining up the decimals, right? 696. All right, so my total cost is $6.96. So if I buy something that's worth about $6.50, I'm only paying about 46 cents in tax, only about 50 cents, right? So the sales tax, when you buy something that's less than $10, it's usually less than $1, right? So your normal things that you might go and buy at Target, Walmart, you know, the local store, you're not paying so much, just a couple pennies here and there. It's when you
Would
start,
you want more?
it's when you start buying the bigger items that you end up paying a lot more, a lot